Billy, it's far too early to tell what impacts, if any, will be felt here in South Florida. Right now we have Tropical Storm Sarah. She is a 40-mile-per-hour storm situated just to the north of Honduras. And look at this, each icon is a 24-hour period. It is moving very, very slow, and that is what's going to be causing life-threatening to catastrophic flooding for areas in Honduras. We see locally 20 or more inches possible in these mountainous regions, so anywhere from mudslides to flash flooding is a huge concern. The bay, that's where we see 5 to 8 feet of storm surge inundation. Further up to where that landfall zone is, we have widespread amounts of 10 to 15 feet, but when you look closely at the Appalachia Bay, 15 to 20 feet of storm surge. The National Weather Service in Tallahassee has issued words such as unsurvivable and nightmare scenario for citizens in that region. Storm surge, this is a great model depiction of how big these storms can be with the storm surge. We have levels of 3 feet, and then when you get to 6 and 12 feet, we're talking about 20 here. That is covering entire homes. A very serious and life-threatening situation for those up on that Big Bend region of Florida. Here's the future cast. We have that hurricane making landfall in just a few hours. And as that storm pushes up, we have a major flash flood threat in the Carolinas and the Appalachian Mountains in Atlanta. And we do have a coastal flood advisory issued by the National Weather Service in effect for Miami-Dade County. They are urging residents to move their cars to higher ground and to avoid driving through any flooded roadways. And why is this happening? It is all due to king tides. What is a king tide, you may ask? It is when the moon is at its closest proximity to Earth, which causes those high tides to become even higher than they are on a normal day basis. Well, not a washout, but definitely, something to have an umbrella handy or poncho if you're heading to Taylor Swift, for example. And that's not going to be treacherous, but the story of us, you might want to hold on to your hats. So we have delicate showers possible, maybe even some midnight rain, and a temperature around 78 for those heading to the concert. I'm so jealous of you. Temperatures in the 80s for the next 7 days. Our rain chances highest on Friday, and temperatures at night in the mid-70s. Absolutely gorgeous. We do see those orange colors indicating higher moisture values that will be coming towards our region on Sunday into Monday. So the beginning of our work week is looking to be on the wetter side of things, just in time for Veterans Day. Hurricane season is just a few months away, but the Colorado State University released its initial forecast for the 2024 hurricane season, and it unfortunately is not looking too well. We have their forecast for 23 named storms. The average is 14, 11 of those to be hurricanes and 5 major hurricanes, so something to keep an eye on as we head into hurricane season. We had a front push off this morning. I'm sure you heard that thunder earlier in the day. It was very loud, very early morning. 76 here in Miami, 79 in Fort Lauderdale, and these winds are going to be cranking still. I know we saw a very breezy day yesterday with wind advisories in place. It won't be to that level, but it will be definitely breezy out there. And tomorrow we're talking really chilly, 49 degrees in both West Palm Beach and Fort Myers, and up in the 50s here in Miami. Key West did not get the memo. It is staying 68 degrees, so maybe if you want some warmth, head down there. It is just crazy. There is so much happening all across the United States, from the fires in Texas to a blizzard in California. But luckily for us here across South Florida, pretty quiet. We have a little bit of some showers on our radar, just a few popcorn showers, nothing too significant with those eastern winds. So if you are going to be heading to the beach this weekend, be sure to keep an eye on those rip current risks. But California is a different story, quite the opposite of quiet. We have blizzard warnings depicted in red and winter storm warnings in blue, and we are not talking about inches of snow here. We are talking about feet of snow. We have a frontal boundary that is going to push down the state of Florida and a low pressure system that is going to form over Miami essentially, and that's going to bring drenching rains here on Sunday. This is where we get a lot of uncertainty in our models. There is a chance for some severe weather, which is possible with some thunderstorms that might be embedded in these heavy showers, but it's important to note that these will depend on where that low pressure system ends up forming. So keep an eye on that weather forecast throughout the weekend. What kind of rain can we expect? We are looking at widespread amounts of 1 to 2 inches for us here in Miami-Dade County and Broward counties and Palm Beach. Central Florida is where you're going to get those 2 to 3 inch values. We have rip current risk that is going to remain high elevated throughout the weekend. So it's important to note if you are caught in a rip current and get taken out to sea just a little bit to that sandbar, don't fight the current, swim parallel to the shore, and if you can't escape, you gotta float or tread water, and if you need help, call assistance. And it's important to note, do not swim without a lifeguard present. Patchy fog tomorrow morning for Miami International Airport, which might cause some delays, but as we push past around 8 a.m., we'll be seeing clear conditions.